Awesome. Well, thanks so much for agreeing to give me a video testimonial, Lauren. I'm
That's
so
okay.
appreciative. So, where were you before we started working together?
Where was I? I was in survival mode. I was unwell in my health. My anxiety was through the roof. I was literally basically each day would go past it. I was wondering how I was going to survive to meet the next day. And I would come home from work and I would go straight to bed to try and save as much energy as I could to start the next day, which was really sad.
Gosh, that sounds really, really difficult. And
It
so, what
was
was it that made you reach out to me?
that I knew that I could not keep going the way I was going. I
Mm.
was in burnout mode. I was so unwell. Everyone could see I was so unwell, but I just at that point I didn't know how to get off the treadmill and to start healing myself.
So, what has changed for you during the process?
Everything, everything has changed. I think the biggest one, my health has changed. I every day I was a mode of migraines and headaches and vomiting each day, and I would cry to go to work, and it was absolutely horrific. Each weekend was I was lying in bed just trying to conserve as much energy to be able to make it through the next week. So it was unpleasant and miserable, and to be honest, everything has changed.
Wow. So, where are you now? How do you feel today?
I feel light. I feel joyous. I feel happy. I love my life.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
And what about those physical symptoms you were talking about, the migraines
They
and the vomiting?
have pretty much subsided. Yeah.
Wow,
Compared
that's
to what
fantastic.
where I was, it is, I've done a complete 180 turn.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
fantastic. So, who would you recommend this to?
I would recommend this to anyone who is struggling to move forward in their life, who they're struggling with anxiety, stress, they're wanting to change their life.
Fantastic. That's great. And so, what would you say to someone who was like sitting on the fence with regards to that? Because there is an investment of
Yes,
energy in doing this program. So,
absolutely.
if someone was sitting on the fence and they weren't quite sure whether they were worth it or not, what would you say to them?
Absolutely go for it. Some of the sessions were hard. They brought up a lot of emotion, but it was needed. It was needed to process and to go through. But I am so grateful that I actually knew that I needed to do it. And it was to the stage where I actually thought that I was going to die. I was so unwell. And it was kind of like, if I don't do this, then I don't know what's going to happen to me.
Gosh, sounds like you had a whole heap of unknowns. And
Yeah.
I'm so grateful that you placed your trust in me and went through the program with me. And how fast did you actually notice that things were starting to shift?
Probably within the first couple of sessions.
Wow.
Even
Okay.
though the first couple of sessions were really deep and
Yeah.
they were painful um, and emotional, but it was that process that I needed to go through to clear those out as well.
Yeah.
So once I started
Fantastic.
to do the clearing, it was everything started to steamroll and move forward.
That's great. That's great. And how does this compare to anything else that you've tried in the past to help?
I feel like this has just been, it's changed me from the inside out. Everything else I've just not stuck to. I've done for a couple of weeks and I'm gone, I don't see any change or any improvement. But this has been really interesting. And I've been curious myself. It's I've loved the learning experience of it.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for sharing with us.
Anytime.
Yeah, it's really, really great. And it's been an honor to support you through
No,
this.
it's been fantastic.
Thank you.